The InnoFoodAfrica Industry and Academia Dialogue and Mini Exhibition event was held at the UMA Showgrounds on the 16th of August 2023. It brought together manufacturers, policymakers, researchers, students, farmers, and the general public. The event began with a tour of the product booths. In the booths, different products developed under the InnoFoodAfrica project were displayed. Exhibitors included farmers, students, and researchers working under the project. Products made from millet, cowpeas, sorghum, and bananas were on display. Thereafter, those in attendance were ushered into the meeting area, where introductions were made by the attending participants. A presentation by Dr. Raya Lanto, the principal scientist at the VTT Technical Research Center of Finland, was then made. Opening remarks by Mr. Chalimpa, projects manager at UMA, led to a presentation by the commissioner from the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Industries and Fisheries, where best practices for farming and steps in crop production of cowpeas, bananas, millet, and sorghum were discussed.
But we must make sure that the recommended crop management practices are done so that the produce we get, we have a higher produce. If we have a higher produce, if we have a higher output within the field, then even you will have higher output. If the output in the field is less, also you will have low output.
Comments and feedback were received and discussed, and thereafter a short tea break led into the second session of the day. A detailed presentation was then made by Mr. Yane Keranen on the use of crop residues to produce bioplastics. Questions and feedback were then received from those in attendance. Thereafter, a presentation from Professor Yusuf Byaruhanga on the products of InnoFoods was made.
We look at, in general, all the technologies that we have looked at, or all the products we have looked at, those are their strengths, the limitations or weaknesses, and the next steps. So I hope this actually does answer some of the questions about whether some of these products are ready for uptake in industry or not. So some of them are actually ready, some of them still need some work to get them to industrial adoption.
This then led to feedback from those in attendance.
That so many of these are like highly nutritious or value-added products. They are not being used in schools. First of all, both in the school meals, food prepared by the school, then also in the canteens.
Policy changes for manufacturers and researchers were discussed. Continuous and consistent cooperation and partnerships between farmers, researchers, and manufacturers was discussed, and a way forward was plotted. After these discussions, Professor Ndegwa Maina, a food and nutrition specialist from the University of Helsinki, presented the Africa Innovation Platform, the first of its kind in Africa. It's a platform on which industry and all other stakeholders can access innovations and interact with the researchers behind each innovation. The platform showcases new products and processes developed under the InnoFoodAfrica project. He also placed emphasis on local nutrition innovation. Thereafter, a group picture was taken and the closing remarks by Mr. Chalimpa. A major outcome from the closing remarks was the formation of the Industry, Academia and Policymakers Working Group that will develop strategies for improved and continued uptake and commercialization of research outputs and innovations.
So we shall have a working group to follow the relationship between academia and private sector. And I think Professor will call a meeting and we have a first planning meeting.